Hello everyone, we are back again with another tutorial. Hope you're all doing great. Today we're going to be doing a crop wrap top. It's a very quick one. I have a video on how to make a wrap top in my channel, but this one is a different one. So let's get to it. Like I said earlier, it's a very quick one because my battery is almost down. I'm using African print for this tutorial, so I'll be needing about roughly 2 meters for this tutorial. To cut out the fabric, I need the biggest part of the body, that is the bust, and the bust measurement is 41 inches. I'll be adding 2 inches for seam allowance, so I use the bust measurement to cut this out. I'm folding my fabric into two, so I'm cutting out the back panel. I'll use the back to cut the front one. So my fabric is folded into two. I said I'm cutting out the back one first, then I use the back panel to cut the front one. So I'm taking the shoulder measurement. The shoulder measurement I'm working with is 14 inches divided by 2, that is 7 inches, plus half an inch for seam allowance, 7.5 inches. Then I'll place 7.5 inches here. The wideness of the neck, I'll be taking 4 inches. For the depth, I'll be taking 2 inches. I connect it. Now here, I'll be making 1 inch for shoulder slant. The armhole I'm working with is 8 inches. So I place my 8 inches here. Then shoulder to bust is 10 inches. Shoulder to waist is 17 inches. And the length of my crop top is 19 inches. I'll be placing the bust measurement, I'll be placing the circumference. The bust measurement is 41 inches divided by 4, which is 10 1/4. Then I'll be adding 2 inches for seam allowance and then 1 inch for ease, so that will be 3 inches. So 10 1/4. Then I add 2 inches for seam allowance, and I add 1 inch for ease. That is 13 1/4. The waist measurement is 31 inches divided by 4. That is 7 3/4. Then I'll be adding 2 inches for seam allowance. That is 11 3/4. 1 inch for ease. That is 12 3/4. Now take half of this. That is a 4. Yeah, so I'll be cutting it out now. So I've cut it out. Like I said earlier, I'll be using, this is the back panel, I'll be using this back one to cut out the front one. So to cut out the front one, I have to take it from here. So I'm taking it from here. I'll slant it. To this place. So I'll take it again right from the neckline here. Then you take it across to this place. Yeah, I'll be leaving about 3 inches here. From there, I'll bring it down. So I'm going to fold this one inside because I don't want to use a pattern paper to cut it out. I just want to be fast. So I'll use this to cut the front one too, one on this side and one on the other side. So I'm placing it here. So I'm cutting it out. So here is one side. I'll be cutting out two of these. One for this side and one for the other side. So I'll use this to cut the other side. This will be for this side and that one will be for the other side. And so I've finished cutting the two front one. This is for the left. This is for the left and this one is for the right. I cut out the facing like so. So I'll pin them together and do the same thing to this one. I cut out facing for this side as well. And for the back neckline also, you have to cut out facing, or you can hem it like that, but it's better when you cut out facing to make it very neat. So this is the facing. Let me put this, set this aside. So next is for us to cut out the sleeves. I cut out 13 inches length for the sleeve because I'm going to be folding it inside. So the downside here is 14 inches. When folded is 14 inches. When you open it is 28 inches. That is down part of the sleeve. Because I'll be adding elastic to the down part of the sleeve. So I'll now go ahead and cut my sleeve. 8 inches for the armhole I cut out. And here 4 inches. So I'm taking this place now. So I'm covering my sleeve cap. Then from there I draw this and shape it to meet this end here because I want the downside to be white. You cut it like you're cutting a line. So when you open it, it should look something like this. The downside is 28 inches. When you fold it, it becomes 14 inches. So I've cut out the two sleeves. So done with this one. Now I'll be adding a belt to the waist. I need to measure here to know how many inches I'll cut out. So this is 4.5 inches here. And here also 4.5 inches. So I cut out 10 inches, the wideness. Yeah, the wideness is roughly 10 inches. Then I'll fold it into two. I'll be joining it here. And the length of the belt is 57 inches on one side. That is one side of this. So that by the time you wrap it, you're going to take it to the back and bring it back to the front again, and it will go around very well. So that is why I want it very long. I will still do the same thing to the side. Same thing on this side. I will still be joining it here. So we'll finish cutting everything. Next is for us to put our fabric together and start sewing them. So what I will do first is to sew the facing. After sewing the facing, then I join the two shoulders together. I will sew the facing here. After sewing it, I'll turn it and give it a good press. Then I join the two shoulders together. You put it like so. After sewing the facing, then I'll join the shoulders together. This is the back one and this is the front one, the two front pieces. So I've joined them together. Then I will go ahead and sew the shoulder and the side of the top. I've finished sewing the shoulders and the both sides together. So what we're going to do next is to attach the belt. Remember I said I'm going to be folding the belt into two. So I folded it into two, then I hem it. This is the sharp side. I hem it from here, this side to this side, and I turn it inside out. So I will take one of the belts and take this here and attach them together. I'll attach this one as well. So I'll go ahead and I'll sew this belt and sew this belt together with the front panel. So I've sewn the side of the sleeve. I'll go ahead and attach the sleeve also. This is the right side and this is the wrong side. So make sure this joint here, where I join it, and the joint here matches together. So I'll pin them round. I'll pin the sleeve to the armhole round. I'll do the same thing to this side, the other sleeve. Then I will go ahead and sew it round here. After I attach the belt, then I will sew the sleeve round on both sides. I'll finish attaching the belt to the front panel. So this is the left one and this is the right one. So I'll take this one to this side and this to this side. And the sleeve, I've also attached the sleeve. So what I'm going to do next is to fold it inside. So I'm not going to be measuring it, I'll just eyeball it. I will just chuck it inside. Put the sleeve inside. And this is the right side. So I will just go ahead and bring the sleeve a little bit. I think that is the easiest way to do this kind of sleeve. I'll bring a little, like so. I'll bring it out. And I'll pin it. I'll bring a little like this. Pin it. Pin this side. This place I'm pinning, I will use hand stitch or sewing machine just to stitch it. Just a little stitch. And I'll bring another one. You draw it out again. Then pin it. On this place I'm using pin to hold. I will be stitching them with a hand stitch. It's either with hand stitch or sewing machine. So I'll still draw again, bring another one out. So pin here and pin here. So I've pinned it now. You just draw it, pin it. So to the last one, this is the tip. So I'll be adding elastic here. I'll be sewing here around. I will stitch here, the place I pin. After I finish stitching them, then I will sew the cuff here 1 inch. I will bend it. I will just take 1 inch and sew the cuff here around, because that is where I'll be inserting my elastic. I'll do the same thing to the other sleeve as well. So guys, I finished stitching the sleeve. Here is the final product. So I'll be attaching the elastic to this one. I fold 1 inch and sew it round, and here I left about 1 inch unsewed. Yes, this is where my elastic will go through. So I will now take my elastic, use my pin and put it inside. So you make sure you check it to see if it's tight for you. You can test it to see if it's okay for you. I'm actually making this for someone. I think this is tight enough. This should be okay. Now cut it. If you have achieved the required elastic you need, you cut the remaining one out. So I will use a zigzag stitch to stitch here. After stitching it, I'll go ahead and close this place I left unsewed, the 1 inch I left unsewed. So basically, if you want to tie it, this is how you tie it. You just take it along like so. Take it to this side, take this one to this side, and you bring this back to the front and bring this back to the front. You knot it. Knot it again. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. See you on my next video. Please subscribe to my channel if this is your first time of watching my video. Bye. I love you all.